do you ever face any challenges during this tenure with co working with all the franchisee groups, the same point? What are the challenges you faced, while expanding all these franchisees?
A lot of financial problems. I'm the kind of person that if I have like $2 in the bank, I want to spend it on something and start something else. My wife always complains about that. So I'm a mad keen entrepreneur. I'm always pushing the envelope. But a lot of times I've really come very close to running out of money. Sometimes I just can't pay my bills. And that's not a nice feeling. There's those kind of things. And, I find the hardest thing actually to cope with is franchisees failing. That upsets me the most. Franchisees often contact me when they want to get out and they want some advice on how to do it. And talking to them and seeing that they've failed and why is very difficult to cope with.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing to do. As I said, it can be discouraging. Sometimes we push things very hard too. We're always trying to get better standards, so we push our franchisors. That's the people who directly look after the franchisees. Sometimes we push them very, very hard, and sometimes they kick back on that. We had a case a few years back where a number of them really got very upset, and we had to put new systems into place to give them a bit more control of what was the changes we were making. But we're always pushing for higher standards, so people get quite upset at me at times because we've got to do better. I mean, every year our levels of complaints go down as we work on better and better systems, and that's hard on people too, because you're sending out letters and you're challenging people and you're pushing them to do better, and you've got to have that kind of, you want to serve people, but quite often you've got to do it in a way that's going to upset them a bit because you're pushing them to do things they don't necessarily want to do. Like, one of the biggest problems in customer service is returning phone calls. It's amazing. It's one of the hardest things to get people to do consistently. Now, most of our franchises are pretty good, but there's a minority that really aren't very good at that. And we get complaints back and we follow up, and we've got to keep on trying to make that happen.
Yeah.
Every day is a challenge. Every day it makes it interesting, but there's always things happening. There's always things going wrong, and you always want to try and do it better.